Another year. You are going to fail again, aren't you?
Yeah, Mom.
But later, alone in his dimly lit room, Kenji's half-lidded eyes snapped wide open, filled with a deadly clarity no one had ever seen. The scroll in his hands listed every Hokage's critical vulnerability, their blind spots, their predictable habits, the precise instant a single strike would end them.
Again, your stance must be flawless, Kenji.
From age 4, hidden in the forest, his grandfather had drilled him in the forgotten killing arts of the shinobi world, arts that could bring down even a Kage.
This scroll is your mission. Remain a Chunin. Stay invisible until I call.
I'll do whatever it takes. No one can know.
And so for 7 years, Kenji failed every Chunin exam intentionally. The villagers sneered, the genin laughed, and not one of them ever glimpsed the monster hiding in plain sight.
Just one more failure. Then this mask can stay on forever.
The morning of the 8th Chunin exam, Kenji walked through the village. Every shopkeeper, every passing genin had the same tired insult, eternal genin. He kept his head low, but inside, his pulse was calm. The mask had never cracked.
Let them believe I am pathetic. That belief is my greatest weapon.
Name and village.
Kenji, Leaf Genin.
Oh, the eternal disappointment. Just sign here and don't embarrass us too badly.
Ha! You'd think after 7 failures he'd just quit. What are you hoping for this time? A miracle?
They'll never understand the real fight.
Kenji accepted the numbered card without a word. The proctor's dismissive wave and amused snort followed him as he stepped away. Another number in a long line of disappointments.
Endure. The mission is all that matters.
As he entered the stadium, the thunderous crowd noise drowned out the memory of their mockery. For the 8th time, he would walk into the arena and walk out a failure, exactly as planned.
The exam is a battle royale. Last 30 genin standing advance. Begin.
Just need to dodge for a few minutes. Let someone land a weak hit, and I am out.
All around him, genin clashed with kunai and jutsu. Kenji twisted sideways like a clumsy beginner, letting a shuriken whistle past his ear.
Look at him flail. Even now, he's just dead weight.
Perfect. Keep ignoring me.
The proctor observed the chaos, clipboard in hand, barely paying attention to the eternal genin's predictable retreat. Then, the stadium roof shattered. A shockwave of smoke and debris exploded downward. Dozens of hooded silhouettes plummeted through the breach.
What? Intruders. Everyone get down.
All targets confirmed. The 5 Kages will die here today.
Panic consumed the arena. Genin scrambled, the proctor vanished, and the Kage rose in their box, surrounded by flashing enemy blades. Kenji alone stood frozen, not with fear, but with calculation. Elite guards around the Kage box fell in seconds, their bodies slumping as hooded assassins pushed through the smoke. The arena became a slaughterhouse, genin screaming as stray jutsu tore the ground apart. Kenji's eyes locked onto a young genin, Yuki, frozen in the path of an enemy blade. She wouldn't last another second.
If I move, it's over. The mask breaks.
Your power is not a treasure to hide. It is a debt to be paid when the innocent need it most.
Then the mission can burn.
In a blur too fast to track, Kenji was there. His hand caught the enemy's wrist, twisting it away from Yuki's throat as his body shielded her.
But you were across the arena.
Run. Don't make me repeat it.
Interesting. That genin moved like a shadow. Mark him. He dies today, after the Kages.
They saw. Now I have to survive, without showing them everything.
Around him, the enemy closed in. 30 elite assassins tightened their circle, chakra blades aimed at the Kages. There was no more room for half measures. For the first time in 7 years, Kenji's lazy eyes snapped open. Gold chakra exploded from his body, and a predator's smirk crossed his face.
They wanted to see. Now they will.
Before anyone could react, Kenji's hands flew through a sequence of seals, ghost-like afterimages blurring in the air. A single pulse of chakra radiated from his body. The arena fell silent. Then, in the span of a breath, every assassin froze mid-strike and crashed to the ground, unconscious before they hit the rubble. The enemy captain, still standing for a heartbeat, watched his men collapse before Kenji's chakra wave hit him last. When the dust settled, only Kenji stood in the center. The wind tugged his faded armband, number 7 visible to all.
That's what I was hiding. Now the real trouble begins.
In the Kage box, one ruler leaned forward, whispering a name that had been buried for 30 years. Silence smothered the arena. Every eye locked onto the eternal genin with the faded number 7 armband.
That whisper just now. Phantom Hokage. They've already connected me to him.
The Hokage's murmur was meant for his peers, but Kenji's trained ears caught the forbidden name. His blood ran cold.
The mission is over. They'll tear every secret out of me.
The 5 Kages rose as one, their combined chakra pressing down like a physical weight that silenced the arena.
Anbu. Secure that boy. Use full restraint. He's Kage class.
Masked, Anbu materialized around Kenji, blades drawn, before the crowd could even gasp.
If I resist, I start a war. Surrender is the only play.
He offered his wrists, and cold steel cuffs sealed his chakra with a hum. They bound him without a struggle. As they lifted him, his gaze met the Hokage's. No warmth, only a strategist weighing a new weapon. They threw him into a cold stone cell, chakra-sealing cuffs cutting into his wrists. The 5 cages stared down from a high table, their silence heavier than any blow.
State your real name and village. A genin doesn't move like a Kage. Who trained you?
Silence is the only weapon I have left.
Answer, or we'll treat you as a foreign spy. That power could only come from a hidden village's secret training.
Torture might loosen his tongue. We don't have time for games.
If you are not a threat, why hide for 7 years? Speak now, and you might walk away free.
We are not without mercy. Explain yourself.
I didn't want to be used. I just wanted a normal life. A quiet existence without my power being twisted into a weapon for some village. Is that so hard to believe?
The Kages exchanged glances. None of them believed a word. The lie hung in the air like smoke.
That bought me nothing. They'll dig deeper.
The Kages argued. Raikage called for his head, Mizukage for his control. Kenji's life hung on their political scales.
Arguing over my fate while I see the truth. That crow's signal. It's the old man's code.
Outside the high barred window, a black crow bobbed its head in an unmistakable pattern. 3 fast, 2 slow. The signal his grandfather reserved for one message. The mask falls today.
He orchestrated the attack. He forced me to reveal myself. After 7 years, he broke the silence. There's a reason. A threat worse than exposure. I need to know what the old man is planning.
The bird flew off, but the revelation anchored him. Kenji's posture shifted from prisoner to player.
Execution is the only safe option. We can't let a hidden Kage roam free.
And lose his power to the grave? Chain him with seals and use him against our enemies.
Stop. I'll speak, but only to the Hokage. No guards, no other Kage. Alone.
The Hokage raised a hand, silencing the others. His gaze pierced Kenji, searching for the trick behind the sudden surrender. The Hokage gave a terse nod. One by one, the other Kages and Anbu guards filed out, their distrust filling the silence. Only the 2 of them remained.
I was trained by the Phantom Hokage. He's my grandfather.
Kenji forced his bound hands into a single seal. Behind him, a phantom tree of light bloomed, a forbidden technique only the Phantom Hokage ever mastered.
The Phantom's world tree. So it's true. You are his legacy.
He taught me everything, then gave me one mission. Remain a genin, stay invisible, never show my power.
The Hokage stared at the fading image, then strode to the door. His voice cut the silence, back inside. Now.
What is the meaning of this, Hokage? Why have you not restrained him?
The boy is the Phantom Hokage's grandson. His mission was to hide. He confirmed it with the World Tree technique.
And what other mission did the Phantom give you? Are you a dormant weapon waiting for a signal?
If I tell them the whole truth now, they'll execute me before hearing the rest. I need to stall. A chakra pulse only he knew trembled through his cuffs. Grandfather was near. The phantom Hokage is in the forest outside your walls. Let me lead you to him, but promise you'll hear him out.
Silence. Then, the Hokage nodded. Moments later, Kenji walked between Enbu, leading the 5 Kages into the moonlit woods. In a moonlit clearing, Kenji stopped. The air thickened, and the world seemed to hold its breath. A silhouette emerged from the shadows, an old man with long white hair and eyes that held decades of secrets.
It was you. You set up the enemy attack to force my hand. Why now, after 7 years?
Because the real threat is no longer a distant fear. The world needs you, and I needed the Kagish to witness your power.
He used innocent lives as bait. He turned my greatest secret into a stage play.
The betrayal hit him harder than any enemy's blade. But behind the hurt, a desperate need to understand took root.
Stay your judgment, child. There is a darkness coming from beyond our continent, and it arrives in 90 days. An invasion force beyond anything the 5 nations have seen. I have scouted them for 40 years. Here, the evidence.
He unfurled a scroll covered in foreign markings, tides of chakra signatures that blackened the eastern sea.
He spent decades preparing while I hid. This was never about power. It was about survival.
Your power was never meant to be hidden forever. Today's attack was staged to unite the Kages under you before it's too late.
You made me a monster in their eyes just to give me a stage. People died because of you.
And more will die if the 5 nations crumble fighting alone. I carry that sin so you can carry hope.
The map stretched between them, a continent of enemies, and beyond, a red tide devouring the horizon. 90 days.
Go back tomorrow. Tell them the truth. Make them see that our only chance is a unified command, and you must lead it.
He's asking me to become the symbol he could never be, but I never wanted to be a leader.
Kenji stood at the edge of the clearing, the weight of an impossible choice pressing his shoulders. Behind him, 5 shadows emerged from the trees. The Kage's shadows stretched toward him, but Kenji's mind raced elsewhere. He saw the sneering villagers, heard his mother's sorrowful sigh, felt the sting of 7 years of being called the eternal failure.
Every insult, every failure was this moment, the only reason I endured it all.
From the depths of memory, his grandfather's voice resurfaced, calm and unyielding. Your power is not a treasure to hide. It is a debt to be paid when the innocent need it most.
This scroll is your mission. Remain a Chunin until I call.
And the pieces clicked into place. Hiding wasn't cowardice. It was the long preparation before the world's greatest fight.
All I ever truly wanted was to protect my home.
Kenji straightened, his resolve hardening. He met his grandfather's eyes and gave a single nod.
I understand now. Give me the plan.
Grandfather pressed a sealed scroll into his hands, detailed strategies for the next day's negotiation with the 5 cages. Then, without another word, he turned back toward the village, grandfather melting into the shadows. Tomorrow he would make them listen.
The attack wasn't random. My grandfather, the Phantom Hokage, orchestrated it. He's here to explain.
If this is true, his head will roll before sunset.
You dare bring that traitor into our presence after his slaughter.
Kenji said nothing. He simply turned toward the shadowed corner of the room. From the darkness, a figure stepped forward, long white hair, ancient robes, and eyes that held decades of secrets. The Kages leaped to their feet, weapons drawn, chakra flaring, but the old man raised a single hand, and an ancient pressure flooded the room, suffocating their fury in a sea of calm.
I did not come to fight. I bring a truth that will shatter every one of your villages.
You have 5 minutes, Phantom. Make them count.
What lies beyond our eastern shore is not a myth, and it will be at our doorstep in 90 days.
The old man laid a collection of scrolls and a torn, foreign headband on the table. These were no forgeries. The chakra traces were alien, cold, and undeniably hostile.
I deserted 40 years ago, not from cowardice, but to find the truth behind these relics. Now, you hold the proof.
This chakra signature, it's nothing like ours. Nothing from this continent.
He gestured, and a spectral map unfurled above the table. Crimson waves of enemy forces amassing beyond the Eastern Ocean, surging toward the five nations.
Tricks, a dead scout, and a painted map prove nothing. Show us what you really saw.
Very well. Witness the memory I extracted from a captured enemy scout.
The orb burst into a vision. Monstrous hordes covered in chitinous armor, their chakra reeking of decay, and a commander so vast it blotted out the sun.
That army is larger than all our forces combined. This can't be real.
Then it truly requires a unified command. But why would we entrust it to a child who hid for 7 years?
Because he is the only one trained to wield the 5 elemental affinities together. Without him, your forces will break apart like dry reeds.
Pure madness. You'd have us hand our armies to a traitor's brat. I'll die before I kneel to him.
And yet, if the Phantom's intel is accurate, we face extinction. Pride won't save our people. A unified command is the only logical path.
Logically. But that child has been a phantom himself. How can we trust such deep deception? I will not commit my forces without safeguards.
My village has survived the desert for generations. We adapt. If the threat is real, we will fight alongside you. But the boy must prove his command in battle.
Enough. The Phantom gave up 40 years to protect us. Kenji sacrificed his youth to hide among us. If we bicker now, the enemy will find us dead already.
Suddenly, the chamber doors burst open. A bloodied scout stumbled in, his headband bearing the symbol of the Eastern Outpost.
Forgive the intrusion, lords. The Eastern Sea, ships, thousands. Chakra signatures off the charts, they'll make landfall in less than 90 days.
A heavy silence fell as the scout collapsed. The Kages stared at each other, the weight of imminent war pressing their shoulders.
The Phantom's timeline was right. We have no choice left. This council must vote now. Do we unite under the boy, or face annihilation alone?
The room tensed. Kenji's heart pounded, but his eyes stayed locked on the Hokage. One by one, the Kages began to stand.
Then let the record show. By unanimous vote of the 5 Kage, Kenji of the Leaf is named Supreme Allied Commander. His word is now our law.
One by one, the Kages gave a heavy nod. Mizukage's eyes held caution. Raikage's burned with suppressed fury, but none objected. Survival had trumped pride.
Kneel, Kenji.
Kenji lowered himself onto one knee. The same knee that had dodged shuriken for 7 years, now bent in solemn duty. The Hokage draped the cloak over his shoulders.
This weight, it's heavier than any chain they ever put on me. I accept this command. I will not fail the 5 nations.
They see a weapon, but I see the boy who will save them all.
The Phantom Hokage's name is cleared. All grudges are suspended. We march as one.
Thus, the 5 nations, fractured by centuries of war, took their first step toward unity. War instruments on the table were pushed aside by maps of a greater threat. And in the center, the eternal Genin, no longer hidden, looked east with the eyes of a commander who had already begun calculating how to win an impossible war. Kenji walked through the village. Those who jeered now bowed. The commander's cloak weighed on him more than the armband ever did.
Kenji, they say you are a hero. Why did you hide this from me?
I had to, Mom, but from now on, I'll protect everything, including our home.
Later, he stood inside the empty Chunin Stadium. The silent stands held 7 years of secrets and a weight he could finally shed.
Every public failure was a step toward this private victory. There is no mask left.
Commander Kenji, please teach me to fight like you. I don't want to be helpless again.
Meet me at dawn, Yuki. Bring your determination.
That night, He joined the Kages around a map. Red markers swarmed the eastern sea like a plague.
Allied Commander, our armies await your strategy. How do we merge 5 nations into one blade?
Kenji traced a line along the coast, and the War Council leaned in. The eternal Genin had become their only hope. The following weeks blurred into a rhythm of sweat and steel. Under Kenji's command, ancient enemies became reluctant allies.
Lord Hokage, your lightning is devastating. But if you channel it like this, it can shield as well as strike.
Oomph. Never thought a leaf brat would teach me new tricks. Maybe you are not all deception.
Each dawn, Kenji drilled Yuki and the other young Genin. He saw his own past in their desperate eyes.
I won't stop until I can protect everyone, Commander. I'll become strong enough to stand beside you.
Good. When the invasion comes, you'll be the shield for those behind you. Keep that fire.
On the final week, the unified banner rose above the camp. 5 symbols, 1 army.
You've done well, Kenji, but the truest test is in the blood, not the plan.
90 days had passed. Scouts reported dark masses moving beyond the sea. The army was as ready as it would ever be. That night, Kenji stood on the cliff alone, looking east. The breeze carried salt and the scent of war. At dawn, the eastern horizon darkened. Not with clouds with sails, a tide of black ships vomited monstrous hordes onto the shore.
Commander Kenji, the invasion fleet, it's already crossed the border. They're landing in thousands. Look at them, the armies of 5 nations, standing as one. I hid for years in shame, but today I stand proud with you. No more hidden power, only unleashed fury. For every village, every home, every future.
A roar answered. The united shinobi surged forward like a living wave. Weapons drawn, hearts pounding in unison. Kenji led the center with the 5 Kage, their elemental might blazing the first path into the enemy ranks. But the enemy was endless. Chitinous beasts with dead eyes, driven by a chakra that felt like winter. The front lines wavered.
This isn't a drill. They'll crush us if we break. Allied forces to me. We are not 5 nations now, we are one blade.
His chakra erupted in a golden pillar, rallying the scattered forces into a new defensive line. The allied shinobi dug in, their fear burned away by the light. Kenji's hands blurred through seals he'd hidden since childhood. Golden threads of chakra shot from his body, linking every allied shinobi into a single luminous web.
This is the Phantom's ultimate gift, chakra unity. Feel my power and push them back.
A tide of elemental fury swept across the beach. Fire, lightning, earth, water, and wind fused into a cataclysm that hurled the enemy back into the churning sea.
It's working. We're winning.
Then the ground split. A wave of dark chakra crushed the retreating horde, and from the fissure rose a colossal armored figure, with chitinous plates and eyes like dying stars. The invasion commander surveyed the battlefield, his presence alone making the allied chakra flicker.
That's their warlord. If we fall, the army breaks.
Then we strike together, Allied Commander.
Let's end this with one combined technique.
Kenji nodded. His golden chakra spiraled upward, meeting the Kage's elemental might. The final battle was about to begin. Kenji launched himself at the commander, a golden comet against the darkness. Their initial clash tore the sky apart.
Impudent insect. Your unity is a fragile lie.
Then watch it become your undoing.
The 5 Kages poured every drop of power into Kenji. 5 elemental dragons spiraled above him, merging into a single radiant force.
Allied nations, witness the dawn of our new era.
He hurled the spear with the force of a nation. It carved through the dark chakra and sank deep into the commander's chest. A blinding shockwave silenced the battlefield. When the light faded, the commander's armor crumbled to ash. He was gone. The enemy horde, severed from their warlord, lost all will. They scattered into the sea like debris, the dark ships already turning. Kenji stood at the epicenter, gasping, his armband number 7 still on his sleeve. The eternal Genin had become the world's savior. A roar erupted behind him. Not of beasts, but of thousands of shinobi voices, crying victory in the name of their united lands. The shinobi lifted Kenji onto their shoulders, chanting his name, Guardian of the Five Nations.
All those years labeled a failure. This was the purpose they couldn't see.
He slipped away from the celebration, climbing the cliff where a lone figure waited.
You've carried the weight I placed on you without breaking. I am proud, Kenji.
I just followed your path, old man.
They stood in silence, watching the sun set on a world that had nearly ended. Then Kenji reached for his sleeve. With steady fingers, he untied the faded Genin armband.
The mask I wore for 7 years, no more.
The armband lay in his palm, the number 7 catching the last light, a simple cloth that had hidden a legend. Behind him, the Alliance banner snapped in the wind. 5 symbols, 1 future.